Welcome back, team, and today we've got a beginner level workout. Entry level, it's green, so this means that anyone can do this. If you're an advanced workout person, you can use this as a warm-up for other things, or if you're just starting your journey, it's a really nice 20-minute sesh just to get yourself into the swing of things and to learn what your body can and can't do. So without further ado, I'm gonna work through the tutorials of 5 movements today, but if you wanna skip ahead, check the description below. There's a chapter marker there. You can press that and go straight into it without having to listen to me talk for a bit. So first movement is Spiderman rotations. You can see it up here, Spiderman rotations. I'm gonna explain this one. Usually when you hear the term Spiderman in a workout, what you're doing is you're actually bringing your knees up to your elbows like this. So you gotta pretend like you're Spider-Man climbing up a wall. We're gonna do this in a plank position. And what we're gonna do is join 2 movements together. We've got the Spider-Man. So number 1, you're gonna go right knee to right elbow, down, and then putting those feet together, we're gonna perform a rotation. So lots of core control required for this. And the important part is that I wanna keep my butt right in between my ankles and my shoulders. So we're gonna left side now. We're gonna go knee to elbow and then rotating up, squeezing the butt, nice strong core into this T pose on its side. So Spider-Man right hand side, we're then gonna rotate with the right hand in the air, back down to a solid plank, keeping those toes together, left knee to left elbow, and then up. So you're gonna take this in your own time. You don't need to go super fast through these reps. You've got 30 seconds worth of work. So big deep breath, bracing the core, squeezing the butt, making sure your body is a nice straight position there. Because if you bend in the middle, when you perform those rotations, you're gonna lose balance and fall over, okay? If you fall over, don't stress. Shake it off, resume the movement, get back into it. You've got 4 rounds of this, so you're gonna be able to work through that. Next movement after the Spider-Man rotations is the lunge squat jump. So this one's a little bit of a cardio blast. What we're gonna do is making sure you have enough room in front of you and above you, very important for this one. Right foot, we're gonna lunge forward, take a nice big step forward, and when you're taking that step forward, make sure you're stepping far enough that you can make 2 90-degree angles in your legs, one in the front, one in the back. So lunge, then we're gonna squat down as far as you can, and then with the power of your full squat, all of the leg power here, jumping up into the air. Left leg, lunge forward, squat down, jump up into the air. So lunge, when you're at the top here, squat, jump, lunge, at the top, squatting down, jumping. Good. So continue that repetition, continue from, make sure that your feet start in one position and they end in that same position, especially when you're jumping up and down. Try not to veer too far from where you jump from, directly up, okay? Okay, regular, yeah, good point. If you have bad knees and you can't squat all the way down, just squat to your depth that you can. Things to watch out for, number 1, pain. If you feel pain in any of these, just let me know if you're in chat, or skip the movement, okay? Because if you're watching the YouTube video, I'm obviously not gonna be there to explain to you any regressions. So skip it, leave a comment below, and I can talk to you maybe personally or maybe in the next video about what you can do about that. So Raglan, what I'd be saying is lunge, just do a quarter lunge, little bit of a squat, little bit of a jump. Lunge, squat, jump. So you just work within your range of mobility there, Raglan, 100%, perfect. After that, we've got skip rope, yep. So skip rope is usually something you have an apparatus for, but because we don't have apparatus, pretend you've got an invisible skip rope. And the best thing about having an invisible skip rope is that you'll never trip over it, okay? You don't have to worry too much about your coordination. All I want you doing is bouncing on your feet, just high enough that you can clear a rope should you have one in your hands. And then with your hands, I'd like them to be, this is really good practice for actual skip rope, to be honest, have them about 45 degrees down and 45 degrees forward. So you see that? They're at 45 degrees from here down, and they're also 45 degrees in front of my body. So they're not back here. We're not doing this with our arms, right? It's about there, and you're flicking the wrists, okay? Little bend in the elbows, flicking the wrist, and we're just gonna bounce up and down. If you've not done that in a while, you're gonna be surprised by how much work your calves need to do, and that's what I'd like you to do. do 10 jumps and you're tired of skip rope. Yeah, and that's the point with this one here. 30 seconds worth of skipping can be quite intense, so please just do what you can. If you need to do 10 seconds, take a 5-second break and then do another 10 seconds. Fantastic. And over time, you're gonna get better and better and better. That's the whole point of this. Our bodies are gonna adapt. So after the skip ropes, the fourth movement is squat thrust jacks, okay? This is another one. If you feel it in your knees, just work with what you can. So the full squat thrust jack, this is what it's gonna look like. Squat down, thrust out, do a plank jack, thrust in, at the top, jumping jack. So this is a complex. We're stringing together 3 or 4 movements into a flow. Do the squat jack, like this, and then jumping jack. Down, plank jack, jumping jack, okay? So if your knees are feeling it and you can't do a full squat, one thing you can do is don't do a full squat down, pop your hands on the floor, just step back. So as part of the thrust, just do stepping, okay? Down, step, up. Yeah, almost like a burpee. You heard plank jack and panic. It includes a plank jack, but see if you can piece them all together into a nice flow. Do as many reps as you can without losing balance, without losing your breath. And if you need to rest, take a breath, go back into it, okay? After that, the final movement, we've got side lunge mornings, okay? This one, you're gonna want space on your left and right, a little bit of space in front of you, because what we're doing is we're actually gonna take our lunges that we do forward, we're actually gonna move to the side. So, side lunge. And then from here, when our feet return to the middle, we're gonna perform a good morning. Now, a good morning is pretty basic. It's one of the foundational movements of a lot of lifting and a lot of just exercise type things. And I want you to really think about a couple of things when you're doing the good morning. We're hinging at the hips, okay? It's a little bit like a bow. I want you to keep your eyes up for the most part. We're gonna hinge at the hips, keep our legs nice and straight, keep our backs as straight as possible. So you see I've got this natural curvature, not a curvature, but it's an arch in my spine. I'm gonna go down to the point where I feel my glutes and my hamstrings. A little tiny bend in the knees is fine. My glutes and my hamstrings have got a nice stretch in them. And then I'm gonna squeeze these muscles on the backs of my legs in order to raise myself up and push the hips forward, squeezing the butt when I'm at the top. We then lunge in the other direction. So, lunge to the side and then perform a good morning. Lunge to the side and perform a good morning. So the combination of these two movements, hopefully what you're gonna start to feel is 2 things or 3 things, 4 things. You're gonna feel your quads, okay? Your quads are gonna start to be working because during the lunge, just here, in order to get up from the floor, you're gonna use the quads to drive yourself up. Also in that other leg, you're gonna get a nice stretch in the adductor, in the groin muscle there. And then in the good morning, you're gonna feel that dynamic stretch in the hamstrings and the glutes, and then the power in the glutes driving it upwards. So they're the 4 things. So they're your 5 movements today. 5 movements, 4 rounds, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. If you haven't started your watches already, please do it now. We're gonna get into it. Starting off with our Spiderman rotations in 20 seconds. Good morning, Finns, how you going? How you going? So, here we go. Let's do this. 10 seconds. Have your drink bottle handy, especially if you're in Australia and it's hot. We're just gonna push through the heat. Okay, Spiderman rotations on the floor. We're in a high plank position. I'm gonna bring that right knee to the right elbow. That's one Spiderman. And then feet together, rotating up, squeezing the butt, and then rotate down nice and slow. With these movements here now, I would love them to be slow and controlled. The slower you go, it actually shows a little bit more strength. Try not to wobble. Try to be deliberate with where your arms and your hands are going at any given point in time. So left knee to the left elbow. Finish off your rotation. One more. And there we go, back in the middle. Nice, 30 seconds worth. Take a break for 30, and we're gonna do these lunge squat jumps. So it's a forward lunge, it's a squat, and then our feet are leaving the ground as we apply force from the power of the squat here, okay? You feeling good, Ragulan? Awesome. So forward lunge, squatting, jumping, and alternating the sides that we work on. So right leg first, lunge, squat, jump, lunge. When it returns to the top here, squatting, push the butt back, shoulders up, chest up, drive through the quads and the glutes, leave the floor. Lunging, torso upright. I'm not leaning forward with any of these ones. Busy morning, you just got wide ether. Oh, so good. How good's cable, Fins? There we go, shake that off. Lots of legs this morning, lots of mobility. Fantastic. I was looking at 10 gigabit switches, Fins. Yeah. Is a backward lunge good? It is, Raghulan. It's actually a little bit more difficult than a forward lunge. So if you can do that with a backwards lunge, that's a big old thumbs up from me. Go for it. Let's go, skip rope. So what I would like you to do with this one, this is less about coordination, hence us not using an actual rope, and it's more about your cardio endurance. I'd love you to try and fight for a full 30 seconds worth of bouncing here. Big deep breaths, because your muscles are gonna start calling for oxygen. Nice. I think I'm about the only person that when I start skipping, my heart rate goes down. I might need to change the battery in my heart rate strap. Potentially. I mean, I don't feel like I'm out of breath. I'll skip harder next time. All right, squat thrust jacks. Actually, these ones are gonna make my heart rate raise. Ready for this? This is the toughest one of the whole workout this morning. Let's go. So squat, thrust, plank jack, thrust it back in, jumping jack at the top, down. Jumping jack at the top. There we go, I just did a push up. Just because out of habit. Down, thrust, plank jack, thrust it in, jumping jack at the top, down, out, jack, up, jumping jack. Keep it going. Nice. There we go, there's the heart rate. Hello, just shuddered in the video. That ain't happening, no matter how much you want the 8 gig hyperfiber. Oh. Yeah, it's fair. That's a fun movement, Fins. That's actually really, really good. It's a nice flow. It's very plyometric, very bouncy. It's a good thing for beginners to try out stuff that actually is a little bit more challenging too. Side lunge, and then good morning. So this one's not about speed either. This one's about coordination, range of motion. Try and get as low as you can in that lunge, and then as low as you can with that nice, 90% straight legs. I find a lot of people, like myself, we can't keep straight legs when we do the good mornings, but it doesn't matter so much because we are still engaging the right muscles. With a good morning, what we're looking to do is turn on and activate the right muscles so that we can do things like deadlifts and squats safely afterwards. So that's what I mentioned at the beginning, and I say this every time we do a green workout here, because it's only 20 minutes. You know what, if you're meeting up with some friends for a massive lifting workout at a gym, you could get there 20 minutes early, crank this workout out now, and then by the time your mates get there, you're actually prepped and ready to lift. You're activated, you're ready to go, the blood's pumping, the muscles are turned on, and you're gonna be safe. So yeah, you avoid deadlift and squat because you don't know the right form. That's I was gonna say, if there's gonna be a reason to avoid deadlifts and squats, the only reason would be is that you're not sure of your form and you'd like someone to spot you. So I can agree with that sentiment, Raghulan. I would though, let's get our Spiderman rotations in. I would though be preaching the benefits of squats and deadlifts. They are fantastic movements, and honestly, if you can afford to, I would be looking to hire the services of a trainer in order to give you some confidence in performing those movements. So Spiderman is the knee to elbow, and then we're gonna rotate. Breathing into the belly, making sure your hips are pressed forward. Rotate up, finish your rep off. and down. Good. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, the benefits of working with a trainer are huge. Every time I work with someone, I'm spotting them. We're always learning something new. Every session that people have with me, we learn something new. Not financially stable, that's fair, Regulan. So yeah, you work with what you've got, you work within your means. That's what you need to be doing. I'm gonna turn this fan on. Let's get some cooling airflow in here. Okay, we've got our lunge squat jumps. Lunge forward. At the top here, squat, jump, return, go. Lunge, squat, jump. So forward lunge, squat, jump. You see my arms as well. I keep them up here as I squat, and in order to get myself up, I sort of throw my hands back. I don't mind that. I don't mind if people want to do, you know, they could do that. Throw your arms up, will get you up higher. As long as the basic tenets of a safe squat are there. Yeah, you've got your heels on the floor, your torso's upright, bracing the core. Main things with the squat there. So yeah, you try to watch different YouTubes, but everyone has different opinions. Yeah, and you'll find that a lot of the time it is opinion based. Okay, skip rope, let's go. Let's do the full, I'm gonna go faster now. Try and get my heart rate up a bit higher than it did last time. It's pretty important actually, learning to disseminate fact from opinion. And it's definitely, oh man, Grace and I have been watching The Circle and it blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. How many people just didn't know basic things, like absolutely basic things. So it's not surprising when there are a lot of people out there that don't know how to discern between a fact and an opinion. Like if you read an article is strewn with opinion. That's what it is, because it's written by a human. There's generally a lot of opinion in it. Okay, squat thrust jacks, let's go. Squat, thrust. Gonna do that plank jack and then the jumping jack at the top. It's a good rhythm to this one. Do, 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 do. So it's a horizontal jack. And then upright, yes. So only read articles by AI. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing you gotta watch out for, Loki Cat, is sometimes people that have a natural affinity to things, they sometimes aren't the best teachers. That is one of those, yeah, exactly, Grace. There's a massive difference between people that can do things well and people that can teach things well. Being able to teach something is a whole skill unto itself. Side lunge mornings, just because I can do something really, really well, doesn't mean I have the affinity to actually put it into words that are digestible and understandable by other people. And you can go another step further into that, in that, you know what? If I were to pick up, well, let's say Eddie Hall was to pick up another gym bro, he'd probably be able to teach another gym bro something very, very easily, but then take a brand new high school student, probably not at the same sort of teachable level. So yeah, a trainer and a coach, and that's one of the reasons why PTs get certified, is because a lot of the training is in how to teach people, not necessarily in what you need to do, because like you said, we have the world's knowledge at our fingertips. You can go out there and you can find a training program, you can find something that someone's thrown together that has worked for someone, somewhere in the world. But in order to get something specifically for you, that's when you work with a trainer, so that they don't have to work by trial and error. They can actually work with you on your specific goals, your specific area, your specific circumstances at that given point in time, and then give you the most effective plan necessary or possible. Yeah. That's another, yeah, Spiderman rotation, here we go. And yeah, you can definitely have better opinions than others. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion. Don't think that I'm saying you're not allowed to have an opinion. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion, but some opinions are more educated than others. And that's the thing you want to look for. How educated is an opinion? Because you'll find that the most educated opinions are actually the most fluid. They're the ones that are more likely to change when there's other evidence-based arguments brought into the equation. You'll find that true science and true scientific method is going to adjust its viewpoint based on data that's brought forth. Whereas people that want to argue black and blue, something is correct, I don't care what you say about it, that's probably a less educated opinion. Okay, let's go. Lunge, squat, jumps here. Forward lunge. At the top, torso upright, squat, jump. The torso's upright through this whole thing. Again, make it a flow. I want you to feel comfortable. Stepping forward, squatting down, jumping up. Step forward, squat down, jump up. Use your hands for counterbalance, okay? So here's the fun thing, Raghulan. Personal trainers shouldn't give you meal plans. They definitely should not. And if you've got a personal trainer that's not qualified in nutrition giving you a meal plan, they're actually, depending on the country, but I'm pretty sure there are no countries out there that allow personal trainers to give meal plans. Yeah, so Loki Cat, what they are able to do is teach you about what macronutrients do for your body. And so they're allowed to teach you about, hey, more protein is going to help you recover from heavy lifting sessions. You're allowed to talk about that. That's within scope of practice. But I'm not allowed to say, hey, you should be eating, 2 30-gram pieces of fish with half a head of broccoli for lunch, and then for dinner you're going to be having a steak and 3 potatoes and a cup of boiled. That's not a trainer's job. That is the job of a properly qualified nutritionist or dietitian, right? So I am glad to announce though, good segue Raghulan, that as of 3 days ago, I am now studying for my certificate 4 in nutrition. So when I finish my studies, which is it's a self-paced plan, so when I finish my studies and finish my exams, I, Jeff, will be able to give you meal plans as long as you fit a certain criteria of risk assessment. Squat, thrust, jacks, let's go. Squat, thrust, plank jack, thrust, jumping jack. So you gotta be careful with that too, because nutritionists have a scope and dietitians have a scope. So if you wanna go to the holy grail of meal planning, that's actually a dietitian. A dietitian is able to order things like blood pathology, and they're able to diagnose intolerances and medical issues. That's what a dietitian is able to do. A nutritionist is able to work within this scope. So I will be able to, in the future, this is the process. If someone says, hey Jeff, I need a meal plan. Okay, first thing, let's book a consultation, because I'm gonna need to ask you a lot of questions. And I'll go, this. Is this you? Does this happen? Have you had this? Have you done this? And if you tick all of the boxes and you're in a healthy range, then I'm able to say, awesome, we can work together. And then I can start writing a meal plan. Side lunge, morning. If there are some weird things that put you in a higher risk category, and this is all nutritionists, by the way, not just what I'm studying. If you've got a nutritionist certified at AQF level 4, and you have some things that put you at a higher risk category, then that nutritionist will say to you, okay, I can write you a meal plan which fits within the normal population, but for yourself, I'd recommend that you go see a dietitian or a GP. Here's my letter of reference. Go see them, and once you've got their okay, you can work with me. So, yeah. How much of a golden soup gold has? It's a good soup. Yeah, good soup. So funnily enough, Grace mentioned there that it is illegal and unethical. Look, the problem is I don't think it's illegal, but if you're the type of person that's actually purchased a meal plan from an unqualified person claiming to be a qualified person, you have grounds to sue. You have grounds to actually take legal action against them. So yeah, I don't think it's illegal as of yet because it's an unregulated industry, and that's the problem. That's why there's so many frauds and fakes out there. Okay, Spiderman rotations. We are in our last round now, team. So right leg to right knee, rotate up using the right hand in the air. Left leg, left knee, rotate that left arm up. Reminds me of a funny meme. I saw a shark going for a scuba diver, and the scuba diver just grabs its nose and flips the shark upside down, and then freeze frame, caption, get rotated. Okay. Rotate, that's what you want. You want to rotate like a shark being disarmed. Single hand mobile typing is harder than it looks. I haven't even got my shirt off, Woody. What are you doing using only one hand? Stop that. Okay, lunge, squat, jumps. Here we go. Lunge, squat, jump. Lunge, squat, jump. Wow. Lunge, squat, jump. I don't know what you're talking about. Lunge, squat, jump. Lunge, squat, jump. Yeah, here we go. We got skip ropes to do now. I like that heart rate rising. I'd like to raise my heart rate. So I'm gonna go hard and fast here. I might actually do simulated double unders. Yeah, get yourself some big headphones, Ragulan. That's kind of the unspoken sign that says, please don't talk to me. Big headphones in a gym. Okay, here we go. Skip rope. I'm gonna start off with some singles, fast singles. And if you've seen CrossFitters, they do this crazy thing called a double under. Here we go. Big jumps, double swings. Finish it off, let's go. Headphone law, yeah. The unfortunate thing is, Garth Martha Stewart, is that a lot of people do break the law, don't they? And it sucks that it's against women too. A lot of women just get hassled no matter what. So if you're of the male gender and you are a gym goer, you've got to understand the way that you come across. Number one, you're probably an intimidating person. Sometimes people are intimidating because, you know what, you're sweaty, you're grunting, you're doing physical activity, so you gotta understand the way you come across, and that can be super threatening to someone that's at the gym just to do what they're doing, okay? The gym is where people go to better themselves. It's not a dating website. Don't treat it like that, okay? If you want to go meet new people in order to form a relationship with them outside of lifting weights or cardio, go to a bar, go to a party, do all those sorts of things, okay? So this is my public service announcement. If someone's at the gym, doesn't matter what gender they are, and they've got headphones on, generally means don't talk to me. Yeah. Unless they've got something crazy, like if they've got toilet paper stuck to their shoe, let's do our side lunge mornings, then try and think of a tasteful way of bringing it up to them. Don't startle someone, especially in headphones. And you know what? Sometimes it may not even be your place to show these things. If you've built a rapport with someone, if they nod hello at you whenever you see them, then you know what, it might be okay. Go. Can I chat with you? There we go. So shaking those legs out. Look at that. When we have a conversation, the whole workout just flies past, doesn't it? Two things. Good sesh for those beginners out there. Ragulin, how do you feel? How did that feel as a green level workout for you? Were you able to avoid knee pain by adjusting your range of motion? How does that all feel? If you're watching on YouTube, if you had any troubles with that, drop a comment below, let me know. I read all the comments, so I'll reply to it if you pop one in. Otherwise, if you felt that was cool, if the 20 minutes was good, check out some more of those green workouts, especially the longer ones, the 30-minute, 40-minute ones. If you feel like you're very well adept at those movements, have a shot at a blue one. And until next time, we'll see you later.